speaking of value signings, let's talk about Antony.
Regardless of the banter that has been directed towards Antony is an exciting signing for any my Real Betis fan. Like, I'm being honest, like, the option is Antony or Pablo for now. Ignore those two man of the match awards. La Liga
we should have ignored discourse when I started.
No, please, they are not Manchester United. Like, our levels are, it's either Antony on the right wing or Pablo Fornals. I don't see Pablo Fornals on my right wing. He has not been a clown for us. Like, he's been good. Like, he's definitely an upgrade on the right wing for us. But he has not been exceptional. The first game, he still played better than
Who is exceptional at Real Betis?
Greetings and salutations, welcome to the Only Football Podcast, the only OF where you are glad the creators have their clothes on. My name is Tony Young, and let me give you the idea behind this. Sports wanted an official voice of, pure football takes. Of course, we have lots of other podcasts, the Eat Podcast, Crossfire, but those are more lifestyle and debates content. Now, we actually want to give you football and football, and to do that, we had to go around the country and look for some of the best footballing minds. We couldn't find any of them, so we are stuck with them. And let me just introduce the panel real quick. From the farthest left, Ayola Kelechi.
They say fattest.
So, it would also count.
It counts. So Ayola Kelechi is here, reporter for Paul Sports, scriptwriter, editor-ish. The kind of responsibility was not collecting salary. Izuchukwu Aka was next thing. If there's a sporting event that Izu has not been to, then it's not happening. That's basically all you need to know, especially if it involves women. Paul Sports editor.
Wow.
Izuchukwu Aka, thank you for being here.
Nice one. Thank you.
The War Eagle. On my immediate right, the man on which I trust the most in this panel. Let me just put it out there. Because he has a native way of approaching conversations and discussions.
Natively sporty.
Kolawole Babatunde is here, Arsenal fan, football, tactical. He will argue for days. He's available at 3 a.m. to discuss the intricacies of Roberto Calafiore's positioning away at Wolves. That's the kind of football knowledge. He's on football groups, arguing every day. He also writes in his spare time. But Kolawole Babatunde is here.
Yeah, always nice to be around you guys.
And right next to him, last and definitely least, is Farouk Ibrahim. He sells insurance.
And jerseys, to be honest.
Anyway, that's the panel. There's a whole lot to talk about today. We are reacting to Real Madrid versus Manchester. On my side, versus Real Madrid. The tie first leg, we saw the first leg. Real Madrid picking up a 3-2 win away at the Etihad. We are talking about Scholes, his comments on Alexander Isak and the Arsenal. Antony is tearing shit up in Real Betis.
He's not, please. He's not.
A Betis fan is here. A Betis fan is here. And he will give us insight into that. But what you know from the tier, those of us that
He's tearing it up.
those of us that don't pretend to like football enough to watch Real Betis. What we know is that he has won 2 man of the match awards in 2 games at the time of recording.
I don't see where Farouk is coming from.
We can't argue with La Liga.
And of course, we'll be talking about Eric Chelle, who is doing a tour of Europe and meeting the Super Eagles' most important players. So if they've not met you yet,
I'm not important too.
please, just, if they've not met you yet, at least you might have talent. but hey, if you get it, let's start. Right by the match time, I'm assuming everybody saw the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Immediate thoughts. The banner. Me personally, I thought it was the stage. We don't know what we're talking about. Manchester City fans unfurled the banner with Rodri kissing the Ballon d'Or and had a message that
Don't cry your heart out.
That can only be directed at Vinicius. What is the message again?
Don't cry your heart out.
Don't cry your heart out. So Rodri was even taking pictures of the banner, so I'm guessing he wanted the memorabilia. Any feelings on that?
I think it's just general banter. Obviously, some people will take it more serious than it should be taken, but at the end of the day, we've seen people or clubs do similar things. It obviously got the amount of attention it did because of who was involved, but clubs have been known to do those types of things, even directed at their own players sometimes. So it's just one of those things.
I mean, I would be surprised if they did not do that because Madrid were very, very disrespectful. Even building
Not
up
to Manchester City though, were they?
building up to the game. Ancelotti was asked again, and he still said that Rodri should not have won it. I would be surprised if Man City did not do that because, like, you disrespected my player. At least the fans, it was just a fan statement. Like, I mean, we heard that, and we're a big club as well, so we did here. I mean, they're a big club.
Come on.
Yeah, Champions League winners now. Like, one more than us now. Like, I don't understand.
Wow.
They are a big club, so...
If only there was an Arsenal fan on this panel.
I don't reply to pettiness like that.
Especially from Real Betis fans, right?
Yeah, actually.
We have the same amount of Champions League titles.
I don't respond to pettiness.
All right,
I don't
let's take a
respond
break
to
from
pettiness.
cooking Kola repeatedly and actually talk about the game. Kola, you saw the game. Like, thoughts? Is there a reason Manchester City keeps snatching defeat from the jaws of victory?
Well, I feel like it's the same problem. Their physicality levels have dropped. They couldn't keep up with Real Madrid for the most part of the game. You saw it as the game wore on. It just felt like Madrid had more in them. Madrid could go another 120 minutes, and City just felt like we just want to be out of this place. Do you understand? So even with 5 minutes left to play, it just felt like Madrid had not lost that game. You look at their goals, came out of nothing. They couldn't keep up with Bellingham. They couldn't keep up with Brahim Diaz. So I don't think it's surprising. I think it's even more shocking to me that at some point it felt like Man City would win the game.
Yeah, the scoreline flatters Man City, I'll be honest, because Madrid had so many chances. The 3-2 made it look like it was a close game, and City, and like the game in 2021 where Rodrigo, was it 2022 where Rodrigo scored those league goals? Yeah. The scoreline makes it seem like that was what happened.
Yeah.
No, it was not. Real Madrid were very dominant. Like, they had so many chances where they should have scored.
But until they started scoring, they weren't playing anything. Like, until their first goal.
Manchester City had so much possession, but every time Madrid attacked, it looked like they would score.
Yeah.
That was what was happening.
I think Man City were lucky to lose by just 3. Like Farouk said, Real Madrid dominated that game for me, created the best chances. Man City struggled to create anything. I can't remember at any point where they really threatened Couture like that. But Real Madrid were a bit wasteful. They could have scored 4 or 5 in that game, but somehow Man City found a way to get 2 goals.
Thanks to their striker, masking as a defender. No Vadio.
I thought that penalty for me was a bit controversial. I thought it was outside. I didn't think it was a penalty.
I think it mirrored the one that Madrid got earlier in the season. I think against.
Sopeba.
Well, I don't know.
I think it was on the line.
Yeah, it was on the line.
When it's on the line, it's in the box.
In the box.
Yeah.
Well, Real Madrid got back, and I think it was a deserved win. And I believe that they were more motivated. Talking about the banner, I think that was planned because even before the game, Man City posted a picture. It seems they were waiting for Vinicius to come in. They posted a picture of
rightfully so.
Yeah, they posted a picture of Vinicius walking in, and there's a banner of Rodri kissing the Ballon d'Or. So, and I think that also played in the minds of Real Madrid, in as much as we don't know them for possession and all that, So, in as much as Man City dominated, Real Madrid came there knowing that, see, we can't live here with defeats. After all the whole Ballon d'Or talk, we cannot live here with a defeat, and they got what they deserve.
Anyway, moving swiftly along to Paul Scholes, Alexander Isak, and Arsenal. Speaking on Sky Sports, the overlap, Paul Scholes had this to say on Alexander Isak possibly joining Arsenal.
Well, everyone loves him.
Yeah.
That's just what I was saying. I don't see a possibility of going to Arsenal.
I don't.
I think he has to go to bigger and better. I think you talk Real Madrid. Yeah.
Liverpool
top list. Liverpool need a centre forward.
Yeah, I hear that. I think Arsenal are one of the options, but I think if City have got Haaland, Madrid have signed Mbappe.
I think there'll be an option, but I think they'll be down the list as an option.
Look, that was the aforementioned clip of Paul Scholes talking on Alexander Isak, and it's only right to let the resident Arsenal fan address this disrespect or fact.
Disrespect, obviously. I think there is always a need from some legends of certain clubs to want to talk down on some other clubs, and if you watch the clip, you also see him mention Liverpool, I can still condone Real Madrid. I mean, they are Real Madrid. But Liverpool, in my memory, I think over the last couple of years, when Arsenal and Liverpool have, gone in for players, Arsenal have come out tops. Most times, it goes back to Alexis Sanchez. There was a time Luis Suarez wanted to leave Liverpool to Arsenal. Zubimendi still rejected Liverpool, last season, and there are reports that he could be on his way to Arsenal this season. So I don't think, yes, historically you say that Liverpool are one of the most successful teams, in the league. But in terms of the appeal, I don't see what Liverpool has as an appeal, that much over Arsenal, right now. And then Alexander Isak, let's not forget, we're not speaking of Ronaldo here. He literally just crossed 20 goals last season for the first time in his career. So we are not talking about Ronaldo or Messi.
But maybe that's I think this might be, maybe that's how Paul Scholes
he's picking.
I think it's more of the way he views Isak's talent. I don't think he was trying to disrespect us now. Maybe Ayola, as a Barcelona fan, can give a bit more context. But I think he rates Real Madrid as the highest level and says Isak belongs at that.
Like I said,
at that highest level.
Mentioning Real Madrid was not a problem for me. I felt like the whole thing, the whole thing just went sour when he mentioned Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. For me, it went sour when he mentioned Liverpool, and it just felt like pettiness to me. And then you look at the person speaking, and you look at his behavior. Yeah, no, you look at the trend of his comments. Brilliant footballer, one of the highest rated. Highest rated.
I wanted to ask you, Paul Oluwagbenga Scholes.
I respect him as a footballer, one of the best ever midfielders I've watched. But as a pundit, I've never really seen him as someone that has come out with the brightest comments and all of that. So I didn't really take that to heart as an Arsenal fan. And in the end, it's just his opinion. It's not the reality of whatever is happening. If Arsenal can pay the fee, which for me, I think there are better options where if Isak is rated for like 130 million, I think there are options where you can invest in, at least about 2 players, that would replace, probably those goals, and at the same time still, I mean, I don't mind Victor Osimhen. I don't mind Victor Osimhen as an Arsenal fan.
Victor Osimhen would literally change your life.
No. Victor Osimhen has divided opinions. He's not even an Arsenal team. We still saw it on X, last. For me, I don't mind Victor Osimhen as an Arsenal fan.
What do you mean by you don't mind?
Like she's saying that you should be on your knees saying, God, please let it happen, instead of saying I
don't mind.
You prefer to say I want Victor Osimhen. I mean,
you desperately need Victor Osimhen.
I've been vocal about this. I've been vocal about this.
Changing your life and leading you to something tangible. That is what Arsenal needs. Arsenal needs something tangible, not just.
Obviously.
So Osimhen can do that.
I think that goes without saying. Obviously. So I'm just saying that there are strikers like that are available that might not even cost, as much as Isak. And so I'm not as much as I love Isak, it's not an Isak or nothing,
situation.
Anyway, speaking of value signings, let's talk about Antony. Farouk, do you want to, again, if you don't get the context, Farouk is a Real Betis fan. If you are watching, and if you are listening on audio, I'm putting air quotes because he's a Real Betis fan. But drop one, bro. We don't care about your diverse opinions of football. We respect the fact that you support Real Betis.
I'm not going to like regardless of the banter that has been directed towards Antony. Antony is an exciting signing for any my Real Betis fan. Like, I'm being honest, like, if the option is Antony or Pablo Fornals, I don't see Pablo Fornals starting on the right wing for me. Yeah, he's an exciting signing and he has played well. But please, ignore those 2 man of the match awards. La Liga TV gives it out like candy. No, please. Let me just get this out of the way first. In case you've seen my tweets, Antony is a good signing for us. It's an exciting signing. Like, we are not Manchester United. Like, our levels are. It's either Antony on the right wing or Pablo Fornals. I don't see Pablo Fornals on my right wing. So he's a good signing. And he has played well. Keyword well. He has not been exceptional. Please ignore La Liga TV's Man of the Match award. They are giving it out like candy. It's a popularity award. Last season, just because Isco came back from injury, and like his story was what do they call it? His rebate was so exciting, and even matches we lost, He was getting man of the match award. So please ignore La Liga man of the match award. Isco won back-to-back like 9.
So because you lost a match, somebody can't win man of the match award.
It was the point is that he did. He's my player now. Should be if he deserve a man, he deserve a man. I don't understand.
Farouk, how many goals and assists did Antony have in his first 2 games at the time of recording?
He has only 1 goal now. Which goal and assist? The first one, if I ask your keeper block him, Isco score.
He had a goal and assist in the game that Real Betis were up 2-0 and they ended up.
No, that's a goal. The second goal was a header now. He's a header and the header was flicked by somebody. He did not have goal and assist now.
So it was just a goal in that game. And
yes.
The previous game it was how many assists?
He did not have an assist in the game either.
Oh, so just one.
Yes. It's Manchester United fans that are trolling about. Probably the ones voting on La Liga TV. Watching voting for Antony. Like, I'm not even saying he's been bad. Like, he has not been a clown for us. Like, he's been good. Like, he's definitely an upgrade on the right wing for us. But he has not been exceptional. The first game, Isco played better than him.
Who is exceptional at Real Betis?
Isco. Wow. Like, that's what I'm saying. Isco is
the same one that has not deserved man of the match.
That was last season.
That's what I'm talking about. This I'm saying, like, the first game, Isco deserved to win. Isco played better than man of the match. And I even thought he was going to win. The commentator in that game, Graham Hunter, said Isco was going to win the man of the match. But all of a sudden, I just saw a pop that Antony Bow. But, I mean, that's beside it. The second game, I can't even say he deserves to win. But, like, I don't think he completed a dribble in the second game as well. Like, he's good. Like, he's clearly an upgrade. We are Real Betis. I don't have any illusions about what our level is, and he's obviously a good signing for us. But please, it's not all this Isco is clowning La Liga, Isco is this, please.
All right,
That's not the case.
I think to contextualize the actual topic, because I just wanted to set the tone on whether I was actually playing well or not as a Real Betis fan. But the actual topic is because the bar was so low for Antony that even if he just completed the pass, he would have been a successful signing.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
so the point is that in playing reasonably well with Real Betis, does it make La Liga look bad, considering how horrible it was for Izuchukwu's team, Manchester United?
Yeah, I mean, if you take the fact that Hazard looked bad in La Liga, so I'm sure that also means that Premier League is
trash.
The trash league. So we can make that conversation for anybody, because Diego Forlan did not really do well at Manchester United and then went to. So you have people who. I feel what that thing shows is that at times, certain places just fit certain players better. So if you want to rubbish any league, you can do it it works anyhow. I mean, Bundesliga, Haaland totally destroyed Premier League, which did not really happen like that in Bundesliga, So I just feel Antony, I always said this, that Antony is one of the victims at Manchester United. It's easy to slate him, it's easy to abuse him, it's easy to say a whole lot of things. But very well. Yes, but he's not a standalone case, in the sense that, and if other people were doing fine and Antony was struggling, you will be like, okay, this is an Antony problem.
Come on, Antony was more than struggling. So can you at least admit
no, what I'm saying,
Rashford was struggling. Antony was not playing.
Yeah,
football.
It's the same thing. Okay, look at it. Antony was playing a certain way at Ajax and then came to Manchester United, where somebody was not interested in exposing him to the same platform that allowed him to shine. At times we need to understand that these guys are humans as well, So when you don't give them that platform that can get the best out of them, at times, as a human being, it might get to you. And football is a confidence game, So most of these guys need the platform that can get the best out of them. And that's why I say he's not a standalone case. A lot of players have been to Manchester United and are not doing well. So if others were doing fine, and I mean, every single Manchester United player has a narrative around them. It's either this person is lazy or he has attitude problem or whatever. Yeah, so you always have one narrative. If you're at least scoring once in a while, they will find another narrative to abuse you with. So it's just a team issue. So hopefully, and for me, I don't always believe that once you leave, it's easy to pick up just anywhere. Just because most of these guys arrive at United at their formative years. And when you don't help them to form, what do you think will happen? Just because they've left, you believe that all the things they didn't pick up, they will suddenly pick it up at old age. No, I don't believe that.
Shout out to us for saving careers, though. Bring your bombs to us. Ask this school.
Farouk,
We will
please.
save your career.
Farouk, please.
I mean, it's a club. It's a
I mean,
bomb
shout
club.
out to Finidi George, but I mean,
The clubs that can't pay certain amounts and they have to make
I am in the
let's respect
conference
Real
league with
Betis.
Chelsea Football Club.
wow.
Please.
Chelsea failed. That's why they are there. They are beaten.
Betis are doing well.
Europa League is our level. We feel that's where.
That's the point. It is Chelsea's failure. That's where you shine.
But Real
No, it's
Betis
my failure
success.
as well.
Success. If you
Europa
win,
League
if
is
you
It's
win,
also a failure for them.
It's a failure for us.
It's a failure for
We
failure
should be
for
in the
who?
Europa League.
They should be in the Europa League.
I will not dignify a conversation between Chelsea and Real Betis. So even as the only Chelsea fan on set, I will not say anything. Let us just move on to Eric Chelle, or Chelle.
Shell.
Eric Chelle, the new coach of the Super Eagles, has been doing a tour.
we are winning the AFCON.
A tour of
Let's do
Europe.
it again.
Let's do it again.
So far, Eric Chelle has visited. I've seen pictures with Alex Iwobi, who friend in Didi. Who else?
Moses Simon.
Simon.
Simon as well.
Yeah, I've been visiting his most important players.
Did
Europe.
Finidi George do that? Does anyone
I mean,
remember?
I don't. We the judge salary was the full juice.
On a serious note,
I don't think there was traveling budget inside.
Also, you also have to factor in that Finidi need the players. Shell does introducing
Well,
himself
I
to
don't think
the
he
players.
stayed for
Yeah,
that long.
that-
He didn't stay
that's
for that
enough.
long.
No,
Yeah.
he was
just,
assistant manager for 2 years, and I know
no
reliably.
I mean,
need
come
to-
on. What's the last time man you're going to be doing, traveling around the world, visiting players?
No, the point
No,
is
when-
that
when
no,
he
the point is
became-
that the players already know who.
Yeah,
That's
of
what-
course,
the
yeah.
players already
Okay.
knew who he was by the time he was made the coach.
Yeah.
For Eric Chelle, he has to he
He
doesn't
knew.
want the first time he meets his best players to be in camp. That's
Yeah.
when that comes. So I sort of get that. So which leads to my actual question, and I want Izu, Mr. Nigerian Football, to lead us on this. If you don't get visited in this run, will you feel less talented than you are?
Maybe not untalented.
Well, no, not really.
Be serious. Don't
My hope you don't go to anybody account.
So you can confidently say what you want. Well, I don't think so. What I do know is that I don't expect them to post every picture of players he visited, but the idea is to let you know that the coach was in Europe. I mean, okay, let's assume that we didn't see any picture of Osimhen. Mr. Shell wants to take the Super Eagles somewhere without Osimhen. Why? Why would you even do that?
Who are you?
Why would you even do that? So it's just that we don't expect them to post every picture. So they just posted 3 pictures to give you the idea that this man has been in Europe meeting the players and getting to talk to them. It's really a nice thing for him to do. So it's gets the team on a very good note, familiarize himself with them, and let's talk about his plans for the Super Eagles, because at the end of the day he needs these players.
All right, quickly around the room, just quickly touch on it because we are really running out of time. But from Ayola and down the right, realistic expectations for Eric Chelle with the games coming up, both with the World Cup qualifiers and the AFCON. Your realistic expectations?
I think with the World Cup qualifiers, we've so far been failing. No wins in 4 matches.
We are all Nigerians, by the way, if anybody
Of course, we're all Nigerians. And the Super Eagles have been really, really bad. So he comes in a place where he has to succeed. He doesn't really have a choice, because any more faltering means that we're not going to the World Cup, and that's unacceptable. As for the Nations Cup, he got to the final last time. He should be able to take us a bit further. That's what I think.
Basically win it.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on not answering the question in any way, shape, or form.
But I did. I said Nations Cup. He should be winning
This-
it. And the
This
World
is
Cup
the
qualifiers,
World Cup qualifiers.
Okay.
He should also be.
All right.
winning
You know,
it.
So-
Nigeria does not have like a fencing representative for the next Olympics. He might as well.
So, Izu, let me make it clearer, because Ayola did not seem to get it.
Okay.
What you want Shell to do, not like, and based on your knowledge as a footballer and based on where we are right now, both in the World Cup table and based on what we did at last AFCON, what do you realistically want Shell to, like, the way, if he doesn't do it, you'll be able to say Shell out? Go.
I think I will use the same way Finidi George was treated. I mean, from the first game, the point was clear that we want to see something beautiful. We want to see results. We want to see where we are now is not where Nigeria should be. fifth in a group with Rwanda, Zimbabwe. No.
Those are all footballing nations.
I know, but we are Nigeria. So the task before Mr. Shaw is this: the first 2 games we want to see 6 points. Rwanda, we want to win at Rwanda. We want to win at home. So that will sort of change the tie for us and bring us back into the qualifier. So it's quite simple. 6 points. If you go to Rwanda and lose, anything where you see,
if you lose in Rwanda,
what I said.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm surrounded by a panel that does not know how to answer straight questions. And it's normal because we are all men, and all men do is lie. Kola, please, very briefly, can we qualify for the World Cup? Can we win the AFCON? That's literally all I'm asking.
No, that's not what you asked now.
You said what you expect.
Well, you said the problem is him. Because what's before him now is match.
Allow Kola.
Right?
Allow Kola go.
Don't prep me up to bring me down.
I will never bring you down.
Well, I feel like I will toe the same line. He has to take us to the World Cup.
Wow, shocking.
Then Nations Cup. I think at least get to the final.
So you want him fired if he didn't qualify us for the World Cup, even as we are 5th in this group by the time he took over.
Well, yes.
Why should he stay?
You are really hunting that NFF appointment. I hope you get it. Farouk Ibrahim.
Why should he stay?
Farouk Ibrahim.
To be honest, like we should not really be losing to teams in the group anyway. That's what we've been feeling.
Speak your mind.
I mean, we should not be losing the games. That's what we are saying we are feeling.
Yes.
Zimbabwe people will not say they are feeling. We should not be losing. That's what we are feeling. So win.
Apologies
So
to
if you
Zimbabweans
don't
among
win,
us.
you failed.
Yes.
So yeah, you have to go. Because if you win all our games, we will qualify. So please win all the games and qualify us. And then AFCON. There's no team on the continent that I think is as good as we are, especially our offensive
Morocco.
talents. I'm not with that Morocco hype, but that's conversation for another day. So yeah, win the AFCON on Moroccan soil.
If he qualifies for the World Cup, most Nigerians will forgive AFCON.
Yeah, semi-final for AFCON if you qualify for the World Cup. Semi-final for AFCON.
All right, for my own expectations, AFCON semi-final. We don't have to qualify for the World Cup because we already never going there anyway. But Ayola, round us up with the fun facts.
All right, so everyone knows the Liverpool season where they failed to win the Premier League after amassing 97 points. Now, that is the most points a team has picked up without actually winning the Premier League trophy. But you might not know that in every season but 3 Premier League seasons, they would have been champions. And on the other end of that scale is Manchester United, who won the league with the fewest points ever for a Premier League champion, with only 75 points in 1997.
I'm sure there was no cheating.
Yes.
Yeah. The question is, what other points did the other teams have?
Exactly. I mean, those 75 points.
What points did they have? If you want to slap that point, 75 points, the fact that your team had lower means you should not say anything.
All right, thank you very much, Ayola, for that fact that was not fun in any way. Like, it was not fun at all. It was just a regular ass fact.
Can use it.
What do you have with that staff?
Thank you very much, gents. Thank you very much, gents. We did it. Congratulations to the first episode of the Only Football Podcast, brought to you by Paul Scholes. My name is Tony Young, Farouk Ibrahim, Kolawole Babatunde, Izuchukwu Akawo.
Thank you.
Kelechi did this with me. One thing we can guarantee is that the panel will still be very much out of shape by the time we return next week. And I'll leave you with whatever Mapillion was doing with his opponents. I don't even know what to call it. But our video watchers, you see it by yourself. Bye.